Hello guys, and we have realized that Chelsea are currently facing an attacking problem issue. And when you look at Chelsea's pre-Christmas numbers and post-Christmas numbers, you can clearly see that Chelsea are not scoring a lot. Chelsea used to score at least 3 goals per game. That has reduced to just 1. The FA Cup really showed the huge problem that Chelsea is currently facing, and that is the attacking problem. And I have come up today with a video to analyze for you tactically the problem. And before we start that, I want you to look at this clip here. When you look at this clip, this is the normal Chelsea attacking setup clip that we have extracted post-Christmas. And one thing you notice particularly is the number 9 position. And you can see in this clip, the number 9 is not occupying the center back, and it's only Nkunku who's looking to make runs in behind. But here is a more detailed clip explaining and showing what is happening. Look at West Ham's backline. Nobody is making runs. Nobody is actually looking to overload that line. Jackson, who's the number 9, has dropped so deep, and Cucurella, who's supposed to occupy the space between the wing back and the center back, is also deeper. And now this backline is not being overloaded. Cole Palmer is the only player who's stepping up with moments of magic. But again, this has proven to be unsustainable because of how Chelsea's defense is really poor. The question lies in a single position, the number 9. And currently, Chelsea have only 2 options, Nicholas Jackson and McGeough. I talked about how McGeough played in that position way better than Jackson, because Jackson is looking to drop deep to try and receive the ball, while McGeough is looking to occupy the center backs. Now Maresca is facing the lack of a dedicated box presence in his team. And Maresca was not shy to explain that in his press conference, indicating that he has a problem inside the box. And this is affecting Chelsea's overall performance in the team. Before we even started this analysis, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Now, Chelsea's box midfield can be coupled with a lot of problems, whether it is the poor recruitment that we are seeing at the club and the overall tactical approach by Enzo Maresca, but it can be narrowed also to the personnel. Now we delve quickly into analyzing how Chelsea are when they attack, the structure they take up, and what has Maresca preferred. Maresca has preferred his wingers to start out wide to try and stretch the opposition's defense horizontally, while the number 9 to occupy that 9 position, and a fullback Cucurella inverting into that left half space position, and one midfielder joining the right, with Palmer playing as a second striker. This is to allow Chelsea to have that attacking numerical superiority. And we've even seen Chelsea building up from the back in a structure where that sees them control the game from when they start building from the back until they progress to the final third. And you can see the attacking 3 in Chelsea's build-up play. And these attacking 3 are the ones who are supposed to look to overload the opposition's backline. But is the structure and Maresca's cautious approach to try and protect Caicedo so that he cannot be destroyed during the counter, limiting Chelsea's attacking strength? We can see prior Christmas the way Chelsea used to overload the opposition, and you can see the team actually being divided into 2 halves, the defensive half and the attacking half. And you can see the way Chelsea's players, once the ball progresses to the final third, the way they are rushing to occupy those positions in the defense line. Look at this structure again. Look at the position that Chelsea players are occupying. Look at how many of them are making runs into the box. And you can see even the position that Jackson is occupying as a number 9 is narrowing the team. Look at that position he's occupying, looking to try and take up positions that the center back is occupying. And this was the way Chelsea were playing pre-Christmas. This is indicating that Chelsea were looking to overload the opponent, committing a lot of players in their attack. And this ability to commit a lot of players in the attack was what was giving Chelsea that numerical advantage. And the more you have a lot of players inside the box and a lot of players making runs in behind, allows your team to have the opportunity to create problems. Not only has Chelsea's in-possession structure changed, even the way they transition. Nowadays, Chelsea transition so poorly, and this can be attributed to lack of confidence, in that even when they transition, and when Chelsea looked so lethal in the way they transitioned and looked to cut teams and slice teams open, Chelsea do not look like that again, because even they are losing transition moments when they are 3v2, when they are 2v1, and they are unable to actually put the opponent to the sword earlier on. So what is happening? Because the problem is in the penalty box. The problem is inside the box. And we have clearly seen that Christopher Nkunku cannot play in that position and offers close to nothing when he plays in that position. Now, the 6-man attack is supposed to create overloads and force the opposition to play deeper while having a lot of players in between the lines and making runs. But tactically, this is how this has panned out in Chelsea's team. Now, when in particular the centre-backs and Caicedo have the ball, what we see is that rather than these players looking to make runs and look to create passing angles in between the lines, they like to come towards the ball. And that is the nature of Chelsea's players. Palmer likes to come towards the ball. Fernandes wants to come towards the ball. And Jackson also wants to come towards the ball. And if you are playing like that, what you need is that you need wingers who are making runs from out to in. Nkunku further worsens the situation because he now even drops so deep, even close to Caicedo, vacating the number 9 position. And once you vacate this number 9 position and you don't have runners making runs, because in Liverpool's time when Firmino was doing this, what we will see is runners making runs. Here is Nicholas Jackson. He is the number 9. Look at the position he's occupying. Everybody else in that forward line is occupying their correct position, but Jackson. Because if Jackson moves to occupy this number 9 position here, then Manchester City are in trouble. But here, Manchester City are defending comfortably because no player is occupying the centre backs. And is that a tactical approach? Because if a number 9 is making runs deeper, then the players in the inside channels need to be making runs beyond so that they can split the opposition's defense and they can be found with the balls over the top. But that is not the case because the 2 players in the half spaces, we only have 1 player who's making the runs, and that is Marco Correa, and he's not an attacker. And even when he receives the ball, he's more likely to shaft the ball out wide so that it can be played to the winger who would like to take on his player. But now Chelsea do not have players making runs, and that's why it is easy to defend against Chelsea. Players are not making runs. The wingers that Chelsea have are not the wingers who make runs. The only wingers who are looking to make runs is Noni Madueke, but his first touch is also not quite great. Sancho in particular down the left, once he receives the ball, he likes to drop deep to receive the ball, not make runs. Sancho is not a winger who likes to make runs. He wants to drop deep to receive the ball. Therefore, he needs a player like Cucurella who's making runs. But even when Cucurella makes these runs in the half space, who is there to cross? Because Jackson is not occupying his position. Nkunku is not occupying his position. Palmer is not looking to occupy his position. The entire players, all the players occupying zone 14 are dropping deep and coming towards the ball. You can see here again from this clip, Chelsea are looking to create that 5-man attack, but again, Jackson is dropping deep. Jackson is supposed to be the one who's occupying the centre back, so that even when Manchester City are in this position, the ball can be played over the top, because Manchester City were also playing with that mid block. Now the question for Chelsea lies in 2 forms. It can lie when you're looking at Chelsea looking to attack and Chelsea's lack of options tactically when it comes to trying to overload the opposition. And when you look at that, you notice that Chelsea's players are not playing quite well. The other problem is the recruitment. How can a club be purchased? Owners spend close to £1 billion, and yet they did not have a dedicated box number 9. They don't have a second striker or a bench striker, and they also don't have a solid goalkeeper, a solid defender. All this culminates to one problem, that Chelsea's hierarchy and board have built the squad poorly. Chelsea are suffering from a team that has been set up to fail. A lot of young players, a lot of inexperience, and poor recruitment. What do you think? Will Enzo Maresca and Chelsea's board finally answer the question relating to Chelsea's poor form in attack? Leave your comments in the comment section area below. Thanks for watching and see you in our next video. Bye.